So just let me give this a little try. Oh, that is really yummy. There's a slight, subtle hint of chocolate, but it's very subtle and it just makes the sauce really rich. Hi everyone and welcome back to Gigi's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make this delicious chocolate spaghetti bolognese. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious chocolate spaghetti bolognese. This recipe is very easy and it's also really tasty as well. I have made this recipe before for my channel, but I made it in the slow cooker, and today I thought I'd make it on the hob, as I thought this would be a nice recipe to have to hand for Easter, as it contains chocolate. And I know that sounds a bit weird, but honestly it's not, it's really scrumptious. Then I thought this would be a great recipe to share with you. So the first thing I've done is I've put a large saucepan, and I'm going to put that onto a high heat on my hob, and I'm just going to add a little bit of oil to the base of this pan. But before I go, I just want to say that if you have enjoyed this video today, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you did really like this video, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and any questions or any comments, then please feel free to leave those in the comments section below. Everything like that really helps me out and I would really appreciate it. So yes, I'm just going to leave this pan to heat up. My pan is getting nice and hot, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one onion that I've simply peeled and sliced and diced. And I'm going to pop that in the base of my pan. I can't get my words out today, I swear to God. Pop that in the base of my pan, and I'm going to fry the onion now until it starts to soften. So I've been frying the onion for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's started to soften, and it's also started to go a lovely golden brown colour. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some garlic. So I have 2 cloves of garlic that I've just simply peeled, sliced and diced. So I removed the skin and then I just sliced the flesh, sorry. I'm just going to add that to the base of the pan. As you just saw there, I did turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to grab my kettle and just add a little bit of water to the base to stop the ingredients from sticking. I'm just going to fry the garlic until I can start to smell it, and then it started to go a lovely golden brown colour. So that was in for about 20 seconds or so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a pepper. So I sliced the top from the pepper and removed the core and the stalk, and then I just simply sliced and diced the flesh, and I'm just going to pop that into my saucepan like so. And I'm going to fry those ingredients together until the pepper starts to soften. It will take a little while for the pepper to soften. They are quite a stiff vegetable, I would say, but it will start to soften, so do persevere, carry on, keep smiling and carry on, or whatever it is they say, I can't remember. So yes, I'm just going to continue to fry this pepper for probably a good 5 minutes. The pepper has been in the base of the pan for 4 to 5 minutes, I'd say, and it has just started to soften. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my carrot and courgette. So I have 1 carrot and 1 courgette that I've just simply peeled and grated, and I'm going to pop that into the base. Now these don't take long to fry, I have to say. You just really want to heat these through. The reason I like to grate vegetables is because they cook a little quicker if you grate them. They also make the sauce a bit tastier as well, because you get a bite of everything if you grate them as well. And also, as I always say, my husband and son don't know they're in there, so I can kind of convince them that it's a good dish to eat, fingers crossed. So yes, just fried those until they're heated through, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my minced beef. So I've got about 500 grams of minced beef. So I've just added to the base of the pan, just checking there was no paper on that. Sometimes they put paper on it. And I'm just going to break up the minced beef with the vegetables until it starts to go a lovely golden brown colour. The minced beef has turned a lovely golden brown colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some tomatoes to this. So I've got 1 tin of chopped tomatoes that I'm just going to pop in there. And then to clear the base of that tin, I've got some bone broth. I've got an awful lot of bone broth actually. So I'm just going to pour, I knew that would happen, that into the base of the tin, and I'm going to put that on top. My hobby's about to go off any minute now. There you go. Right. And then I'm just going to mix those ingredients together. I will tidy that up and I'll be back in a mo. Going to turn my hob back on to a high heat. I'm going to bring this to the boil, and while this is coming to the boil, I'm going to add the chocolate in. So I'm not going to add too much because it can tend to taste a little bitter if you add too much. So just like half a teaspoon is perfect. And I'm just going to mix that round. You can add a bit more if you want to. Experiment with it, I say. We did add a bit too much. My son added like a huge tablespoon of it to a chilli and it was really bitter. But my husband really liked it. My son and I weren't so keen though, so yes. Anyway, so now I'm going to add a teaspoon of oregano or oregano, depending on which continent you're standing. And then I'm going to add salt and pepper. So salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. There is a lot of flavour in here, but I do think that salt and pepper does enhance the flavour of foods. And then I'm going to add in my old favourite, a couple of tablespoons of tamari, because it just gives everything so much flavour. And then I'm going to add in some tomato puree as well. So just a tablespoon or two of tomato puree to go in there. And I'm going to mix those ingredients together. And the final thing is 2 bay leaves as well. So just put those in. And I'm going to bring this to the boil. I feel like it's going to come to the boil any moment. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to turn the heat down and I'm going to leave this to simmer for a good half an hour. This is a tip my dad taught me when I was living at home. He would say, you must leave a spaghetti bolognese on the hob to simmer because all of the juices from the meat will be soaked up into the vegetables and it just makes it so tasty. So if you have got the time, then do leave a spag bowl on the hob for a really long time. On like a medium heat is fine, or a low to medium heat, and you will find that you'll have a really tasty spaghetti bolognese, trust me. So yes, I'm going to leave this for a good half an hour now. The sauce has been on the hob for a good half an hour, and as you can see it's really reduced down and the juices from the meat have all soaked into the vegetables, so that is going to be really tasty hopefully. And while that was cooking, I cooked off some pasta, and I'm just going to add the pasta to the sauce and not the other way around. I'm also going to add a little bit of the water from the pasta as well. And I'm going to mix those ingredients together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve some of this up. And I will try it and let you know how it tastes. But it smells fantastic right now, I have to say. It smells really delicious in here. So I'm looking forward to trying some of this. As you can see, I have served up and I'm going to try some of this. I'm only going to try some of the sauce because it just smells so good, honestly. So just let me give this a little try. Oh, that is really yummy. There's a slight, subtle hint of chocolate, but it's very subtle, and it just makes the sauce really rich and creamy and smooth. So yes, I am really looking forward to having this for my dinner this evening. That's how you make this delicious chocolate spaghetti bolognese, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having this for our dinner this evening, and it smells and tastes so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to you watching my next video.